This is your beloved Minister Austin Smith with ZMR Radio on the Wake Up Call. Wake up. Wake up. It's high time. All right. We do always rise, giving all the kabod and the kabod. That's the glory and the honor to the Most High Yah through his being Yahusha HaMashiach, the Savior and Redeemer of us all. Do appreciate another opportunity to come before you all to bring forth the word, to bring forth information prevalent to salvation. Go ahead and pick me up at Romans 15:4. Listen to the book.
For whatever Nikatab before,
For whatever was written before
Nikatab Talamadas,
was written to teach us,
so that through endurance and through the Nakum of the Ketubim, we might have Tikva.
So that's something that we kind of read customarily. If it's your first time, what that really is come to establish a base for us, to kind of give us a reason for why we do what we do. Even with this broadcast, one of the original goals of what we originally intended to do was to kind of give people a more of an elementary principle of what it is that we believe in, kind of help to fill in some of the blanks that people might have that might come in and hear us after a course of time. If you go back and you look at the Synagogue YouTube page, and that's something that I kind of refer a lot of people to when they call the 770 number. This number right here, that's 770-322-7093. That is a real number you can call. I will not answer. If I don't answer, I'll call you back. But one of the things that I try to refer a lot of people back to is going back and looking at the videos that we have so that way they can kind of see not only the stuff that we've been preaching and doing this for a long time, but also the fact that they can see a lot of the transitions that we made. A lot of times when you look at a person and you see where they are at that point, it makes it kind of hard to see how can I get there. A lot of times we look and we see such a great distance between where we are and where we're trying to go. And we don't take into account of everything is not necessarily a overnight transition, but sometimes it takes a matter of chiseling away at the bad and adding on good, and how the word will come in to form us and formulate us into that perfect being that we're all trying to accomplish. Get me your call 18:1. While I'm doing that, matter of fact, the other brother get me Philippians 3:15. But anyway, one of the things that I tell people to do is go back to listen. And if you go back and do that, you'll be able to see a lot of the transitions. You'll be able to see how we got to where we are. Even some things that we originally taught that we transitioned from and we no longer believe or no longer hold as beliefs, but we still came and maintained that that foundation of repentance from dead works and clean living. For a lot of people, I think if you start off with the premise of clean living, it'll take you real far. But I think if you don't have that base, then you're already building on a foundation that can't stand. Go ahead and give me that Philippians 3:15.
Therefore, whosoever that would be Talmim, so shall be counted to you. And if you think another thought, the Elohim shall also reveal this to you.
So that's what the word comes in to do. A lot of us, we have that goal and we have that ambition of trying to come in to be Talmim, which is whole, which is complete, perfect. Even if you look up the word perfect, it's just without fault. Something that nothing is missing. There's no depletion in it. Even back before, I think that might have been, at this point I'm preaching so much I can't even tell you when I said it, and nor when this video go. But nonetheless, even when we talked about with Adam and Ka'ur, and I talked about how they had that deficit and how they had that deficiency in them. That's what a lot of us come in to be. We all have a deficiency within us, but the point of us getting the word is to get us to that point of being Talmim, which is being whole, which is being complete, which is being perfect. Come on, Key Chris.
Only after that we may attain until now, we halak by the same rule from the Durat.
So that's the whole point of us getting the word. That's how we can understand the rule that we need to walk by. If you don't have what'll happen is if you try to build a house, you got to have a plan. And you got to have a foundation. If I lay a foundation without a plan, my foundation is going to be off. If I try to build without a foundation, my house is going to sink. So that's the whole point of why we come in and get the word. And that's the whole point of what the wake-up call is to do, is to be able to lay those foundational principles onto us so that we can build upon it. Go ahead and give me that. Your cause call 18:1.
Yes, sir.
Listen to the book.
Then the bar of Yahuwah came to me saying, what is it to you that you use this mashali concerning the arats of Yasharal, saying the abot eat the sour grapes, but the teeth of the beni are dull.
Read that one more time for me.
What is it to you that you use this mashali concerning the Arats of Yahusha,
What is it to you that you use this mashali, this short adage?
saying, the abot eat the sour grapes, but the teeth of the beni are dull.
So he was asking them, what is it that you keep using this principle of saying, well, the fathers have eaten these sour grapes and the children's teeth are set on edge? That's what a lot of us have done. We come in and we keep going back, and we'll go back and look at what happened from the beginning. Adam and Ka'ur, they ate of the fruit, and that's how man became to take on sin, to be able to take on death. But the reality of it is it didn't stop there. We might blame them. And the thing is, people will go back and they'll say, well, they ate this, they ate that, they ate this, they ate that. It never told you what the fruit was that they ate. Some people will keep giving you pictures and they'll show you the apple. Right. But, I mean, what do you say right here? What kind of fruit? He said the fathers ate?
The abot eat the sour grapes.
So he said the fathers ate a sour grape. I'm going to tell you what, that death had a sting to it. Put a little bit of bitterness to your teeth. Mm-hmm.
But the teeth of the beni are dull.
Mm-hmm. But the teeth of the beni are dull. So they ate and we took on death. But we can't keep using that. Come on.
Right. As I declares my Adon Yahuwah.
As I live, declares my Adon Yahuwah, my master.
There is not to you any longer occasion to use this mashali in Yahusha.
So we can't keep using that excuse of, well, Adam and Ka'ur did it. What did he say?
Behold, they are all the nafash to me. As the nafash of the Abba, also the nafash of the Ben, they are to me the nafash that kata, it shall move.
The nafash that kata, it shall move. Just like we go back and we look at Adam being the ben of Elohim, because the fact that he had no father and mother, but he was formed by Yahuwah's word. That's the same thing that we come to be when we take on the word. The word is forming us. Yahuwah is forming us, and that's how we become to be the benim of Elohim. And our nafash belongs to him, so that makes us subject to the Father. So that means when the Father's telling us to do something, excuse me, had a little quesadilla, a little breakfast quesadilla this morning, had a little onions in there, so forgive me for that. But nonetheless, so when the Father's telling us to do something, he's giving us instructions, and we should be hearkening to the sound of the Father. We should be doing exactly what it is our Father told us to do. Mm-hmm.
But if a ish is righteous and practices justice and righteousness and does not eat at the mountains, nor lift up his eyes to the idols of the house of Yahusha, nor defile his neighbor's ashah, nor come near to a menstruating woman, and does not oppress a ish, but restores to the debtor his pledge, does not commit robbery, but gives his bread to the hungry and covers the naked with clothing, if he does not lend on interest nor take increase, if he keeps his hand from iniquity, and execute a might justice between ish and ish, if he walks in my statutes and he walks my judgments to deal truly, he is righteous, surely shall live, declares my Adon Yahuwah.
So if that man, he judged righteously, he does righteous things, surely he should live. One of the things I kind of mentioned before was how sometimes you might have it in your mind of where you're going to go and how things change and things shift as you're kind of hearing it. I thank Yahuwah for that, because one of the things that my father, piece of advice he gave me a long time ago, he was saying, when you look to be a preacher, you want to keep yourself open and keep yourself honest. You want to keep yourself in a position where when Yahuwah shifts you and move you, you can move. Nonetheless, even when we talked before, we talked about Musha and how they had an issue, how he came in to try to settle the dispute between Ish and Ish. A lot of this stuff kind of comes in to relate with each other, but the thing is first, like one of the things that Sharath Justin was telling us about, how we have to really become to a point of understanding and believing that the word is right. Two things that'll mess us up. One, when a person doesn't know the word. And then two, when a person knows the word, but they don't know how to use it appropriately. One of the things that happen for a lot of us is first, you make the transition of, okay, I hear the word and I know where I'm wrong at. So that puts you at a point where now you have to stop and you have to ask a question of, okay, what do I do now? Do I let the fact that I know that I was wrong hold me back? Or do I say, hey, I know where I'm off at. Now I use the same word that told me how I got off to get right. So even when he's talking about right there, he gave you all these different things that told you that lead to life. Come on, keep reading, Big Lee.
And if he fathers a Ben who is violent, who sheds dumb and does to a ox any one of these things.
What verse is that again?
This is verse 10.
Verse 10. So read the end of verse 9 again for me.
Yes, sir. If he walks in my statutes,
If you walk to my statutes. So this is talking about the Father now.
and he walks my judgments to deal amat, he is righteous, surely shall live, declares my Adon Yahuwah.
So surely if the Father was doing these two things, the Father was doing these good works, surely the Father should live. But what did he tell us about the Son at verse 10?
And if he fathers a being who is violent, who sheds blood, and does to a ox any one of these things, though he did not do any of these things, that is, even he eats on the mountains and defiles his neighbor's ashah, oppresses the poor and needy, commits robbery, does not restore a pledge, but lifts up his eyes to the idols and commits abomination, he lends on interest and takes increase, shall he live?
So now he's asking, okay, so the Father was doing things that were good, and the Father did things that led to life, but the Son comes in and he does the things that bring forth death. Can the Son take on life just from the works of the Father? Or is the Son going to move? Let's see what he tells us.
He shall not live.
He should not live. There's no way that you can take on life if you continue to do dead works. So that's the whole point of why we're hearing the word. We're hearing the word so that we can see, where am I wrong? That way I can see, what do I need to do to get right?
He has committed all these abominations.
He committed all these abominations. That made him abominable, just like the snowman.
He shall surely be put to moot.
He
His
should
dung
surely be
shall
put
be
to
on
moot.
him.
He should surely be put to moot, and his dom should be on his own hands. That's the thing of why we're trying to avoid death. And so we try to do two good works. We'll call it two, but good works. So we don't have to take on more. We don't have to take on the same death that befell those before us that did Rosha works, which is wicked works.
Now behold, if he fathers a being who has seized all his father's kata, which he committed, and observing does not do likewise, he does not eat at the mountains, nor lift up his eyes to the idols of the Beth of Yasharal, nor defile his neighbor's Ishah, and does not oppress Ish, nor retain a pledge, nor commit robbery, but he gives his bread to the hungry, and covers the naked with clothing. He keeps his hand from the poor, does not take interest or increase, but executes my ordinances, and walks in my statutes. He shall not moot for his Abba iniquity. He shall surely live.
So even to the sake of the fact that we told us at verse 10, the Son couldn't get in from the two works or the good works or the righteousness of the Father. But the same way, the Son, when the Son sees the Father do something wrong, but he sees what he did, and he says, okay, I'm going to do something else, something that leads to life. If I'm doing right, should I be punished for evil? No. The Son going to take on life. So that's the whole point of why we have the word. Even when we look at that Romans 15:4, whatsoever things are written aforetime are written to teach us, that really, it's a book of life. But it's a book of life because it shows you all the faults of other men. It shows you the faults of those who saw that they were wrong and turned and got right. It shows you the fault of those who were wrong, stayed wrong, and ended up leading to death. But the thing that we have to do is we have to look and see, okay, what pattern is it I'm going to follow? Even if you look at how a son will follow the pattern of his father, that's one of the things that I think played a big factor in my life. Is being able to have a father that lived a certain life before me. And one of the things that, I've always wanted to do in my life was be able to do the things that my father did before me. It's one of those things where being able to see how much of a factor it played in gave me a greater appreciation as a father myself. Being able to see how you lay a foundation for a child and you give them something to follow. Even when it comes down to preaching, one of the things that originally made me want to be a preacher so much was the fact that my father was. Even to the point of living clean, a lot of that was because I saw my father live a life, and I said I can live a life too. And I wanted to avoid a lot of the mistakes that he made, but at the same time be able to take the good works that he did and be able to use that to perfect my life and become even better. In hopes of that by him living a certain life and that affecting me, that I can live a certain life and affect my son, and the same thing will keep coming down and have a residual effect to the point where we can eventually lead to a perfect generation from infant to adulthood. And that's the whole point of what we have to do. When the word comes, that's giving us a chance to be able to see the fathers, our fathers who came before us. We are able to see their works. Now we have a choice. We have a decision to make of which father are we going to lead to. Are we going to lead to the first father that we had, which is Adam? We know what happened with him. He was planting a gun, but guess what? It got him. It got him thorns and thistles. So there was no value in the seeds that he put in. The works, we saw what the end of his works are. Even when we look at all of us, we're still waiting to be justified. So we're still waiting to see what's going to happen when our fruits come up. So this is the chance that we have right now to make changes and make corrections to make ourselves ready for the harvest. This is like how we coming up on harvest time, but by the time you see this, it'll probably be after the fact. But either way it goes, right now we're coming up on Sukkot, which is our last harvest of the year. So this is a chance for us to sit back and see what is the fruit of all the works and the labor that we've done. That's the same thing that we have to do with our lives from day to day, not just waiting from a season of the year, but looking from day to day and look at it and saying, okay, the fruits that I have sown, what is it yielding? What is it yielding me at the end of the result? What is the end result of all the works that you're doing? Is it going to yield you thorns and thistles, or is it going to lead to everlasting life? At verse 9, it told you about the Father. It told you about the works that the Father did, and it led to life. That's the whole point of what it is that we're looking to reap. Are we looking to yield life? Because life was in the garden, wasn't it? Life was in the garden, but Adam, he was going to be working by the sweat of his brow. It was going to be yielding him thorns and thistles. Kaua, she told you about who they call Eve. It told you about what was going to be with her, how her husband was going to have to rule over her, how she was going to have to bring forth kids in sorrow, and how she's going to have all this suffering. So you have two choices of what it is that you want to do. Do you want to follow the road that leads to life, or the road that leads to death?
That's right.
Come on, Lee.
As for his father, because he practiced extortion, robbed his ox by robbery, and did what was not tube among his people, behold, he shall moot for his iniquity.
Behold, the Father going to moot for his iniquity.
Yet you say, why should the Ben not bear the iniquity of the father?
Yet you say, why shouldn't the son have to suffer for the iniquity of the father?
When the Ben has practiced justice and righteousness, and has observed all my statutes and done them, he shall surely live. The Nephash who Katah shall moot.
The soul that sinned, it shall moot.
The Ben shall not bear the iniquity of the father, nor shall the father bear the iniquity of the Ben.
So the Ben shouldn't bear the iniquity of the father, nor should the father bear the iniquity of the Ben. Even if you look at when they left out of Mizraim and they built the golden calf with Aharon, that should be the 32nd chapter of the book of U'alah Shemut. Guess what? Matter of fact, get me U'alah Shemut chapter 32. That should be about verse 20. Let's see. My memory's not as good as a lot of the other guys. I'm gonna tell you, Preacher and Sharath Justin, believe it or not, those guys are pretty good. Sharath Justin tell you he's not a quoter, but you give him something, he can just about put you on the money. And that's the thing about Preacher. Like Preacher, he's good with like freaky stuff. Oh yeah, Sharath Justin he used notes cards, but Preacher, he's got that freaky mind. I just sometimes just throw out stuff, and the thing is one of the things that I'll do now, like me and Preacher might be talking, I might just throw out something real quick on the phone, and if I don't call it to the exact verse it is, like Preacher's mind works where I'll give him a verse, and his mind, he'll be like, what? Because I was telling him about something, and he said, it's not 24 hours in a day. I said, what? Because I'm thinking in my mind, like more so, I wanted him to be like in context of where it was going, but no, he was exact on the money of, no, this is what it says at this exact verse. But that's the gift that I don't have. But anyway, U'alah Shemut 32 and 20. Listen to the book.
He took the calf, which they had made, and burned it with fire, and ground it until it became powder, and scattered it over the pani of the Ma'im, and made the bani of Yasharal drink it.
Make it 32 and 25. I think that put us a little bit closer. What's the last verse, matter of fact?
35.
Should be about 25. As you see, the gift of the Father didn't fall on the Son. Listen to the book.
Now when Moshe saw that the arm that were out of control for Aharon had made them naked unto a shame among their enemies. Then Moshe stood in the gate of the camp and said, whoever is for Yahuwah, come to me. And all the bani of Lui gathered together to him. He said to them, thus says Yahuwah, the all of Yasharal, every each of you put his sword upon his thigh, and pass through and return from the gate to gate in the camp, and kill every each his ox, and every each his re'ah, and every each his re'ah.
Matter of fact, hold that. Go ahead. Matter of fact, Lee, get me verse 20. Give me 18 and 20. We'll come back there. That wasn't the verse that I wanted, but we'll work that in too. We'll see if we can't put a closing on it and make it all make sense for you. Come on, Lee.
The Nephash who Katah shall moot.
The soul that sins, it shall moot.
The Ben shall not bear the iniquity of the father, nor shall the father bear the iniquity of the Ben. The righteous the righteousness of the righteous shall be upon himself, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon himself. But the wicked, if he turns from all his kataim, which he has done, and keeps all my statutes, and does justice and righteousness, he shall surely live, he shall not move.
Even if you look at that, when he talk about keeping all of it, a lot of us will come in and we'll hear certain things and we'll try to justify ourselves by the little bit of right that we do, but we fail to take in the factor of when you have any bit of sin in you, you are sin. When you even if you go back and history, they'll tell you that one drop of black blood, how that'll destroy that purity of that white race. Even with us looking to be white in our righteousness, being unspotted from the world. When I have that one spot on me, if I take this white shirt and this white shirt has no stain, it's clean. But once I have one little mark on that, that shirt isn't clean anymore. It's got a spot, it's got a stain, and it has a defect in it. So when the word comes, that's a chance for us to be able to get out those very things that are defects within us, to be able to get to that purity, to be able to get to that whiteness of righteousness.
All his transgressions which he has done shall not be remembered against him.
So even with us, when we come in and we hear the word, a lot of us will take in the fact of, okay, knowing that we're right, we battle with knowing that we've been wrong, we battle with the fact of how can I be forgiven? How can I obtain forgiveness? How can I become Sadiq because I've done so much wrong? How can I become righteous when I've done so many wicked works? But the thing is even when Sharath just kept telling us about believing the word and really letting it be real for us, if we really believe this, that right there should answer your question. Read it again, Lee.
All right. All his transgressions which he has done shall not be remembered against him.
Now, what verse is that?
It's verse 22.
Get me 21. Read 21 again.
Yes, sir.
I want you to really let this sink home for you. Really let this settle within your life. It's a lot of stuff that I could have done and I could have showed you, but I thank you, because the thing is when you leave yourself open, he'll show you not what you want to say, but what the people need to hear.
But the wicked, if he turns from all his kataim,
but the wicked, if he turns from all this kataim, if the wicked man, he turns from all the wickedness that he's committed, just like every one of us, if we turn from the wickedness that we committed,
which he has done, and keeps all my statutes,
and keeps all his statutes. So if we turn from our wickedness and keep everything that Yahuwah told us,
and does justice,
and
righteousness, he shall surely live.
He said he's going to still hold the wickedness that he did before.
He shall surely live.
He's going to say, there's no way you can get right because you've done so much wrong.
He shall surely live.
He's going to tell him, when you've been in here, you had a chance and you heard it and you still made mistakes. What did he say, Lee?
He shall surely live.
He shall surely live. So why do we keep concerning ourselves and holding ourselves back by the... I like that just testify. I had to see where I was at. I almost took off. But anyway, that's the chance for us to take into consideration for the fact of, yes, I've done wrong, but what'll happen if I do right? What is the value of us all? See, now I really almost finna take off. What is the value of us coming in to hear the word if we're not gonna let it take root in us? Yeah. What's the value of us hearing the word if we're not gonna really come to the point of believing it? Read it again for me, Lee.
Yes, sir.
21.
Yes, sir. But the wicked, if he turns from all his sins, which he has done, and keeps all my statutes, and does justice and righteousness, he shall surely live.
So
he shall not move.
If you go back and you read at that 18th chapter, verse 1, and you read all the way down, he didn't just say wickedness, he gave you all these different examples of things that would have made a man wicked. So, I mean, a lot of those things are stuff that we've committed, and it's stuff that we've committed that isn't specifically listed right there, but the concept of us turning from our wickedness to maintain or to obtain good works, we can get to life. Why do we keep holding ourselves back in that disbelief of I can't get right? And the thing is what that really is that's us not taking into consideration for the fact of the only reason why I'm not going to be right is because I'm not going to do it. When you sit into yourself and you say, well, I can't be right because I done so much wrong, the reality that is the only way that would work is two ways. Either Yahuwah had to tell a lie, or you weren't going to do it regardless. So which one is it? Because he can't lie and he can't fail. So if I can turn from my wickedness and he can make me Sadiq, make me righteous, so that way I can keep and maintain life, then what am I fearful of? Right. What am I fearful of? What is holding me back from doing the good works? If he just told me what the fruit of the good works was, that I can obtain life from just turning from my wickedness. Yep. So that's all we had to do. Now, this is the opportunity that we got. But if you look at Cain and Abel, who they call Cain and Abel, he sought for repentance, and it wasn't given to him. But look what we have. We have an opportunity to get forgiveness and remission of our sins. That's the whole point of when we read, when I preached the other Wednesday night. when I was talking about in the 2nd chapter of the book of Acts of the Shalakim. He said, repent and be immersed, every one of you, because they were pricked. They were convicted by the wrong that they had done. They had been told of the wickedness that they had committed, but they had realized there was an opportunity for them to come and take on life.
That's right.
Come on, Lee.
So,
At verse 21.
but the wicked, if he turns from all his kataim, which he has done, and keeps all my statutes, and does justice and righteousness, he shall surely live. He shall not
surely
move.
live. Even, that's okay. I don't want to go too long because we'll just keep going. Go ahead.
All his transgressions, which he has done, shall not be remembered against him.
Every one of them is not going to be remembered against them. The thing is, so does Yahuwah forget? Does Yahuwah forget? He's not forgetting for no reason. That's a forgiveness. When he's talking about that forgetting, that's a forgiveness that he's given us.
Yeah.
So the same way that we look to seek for forgiveness of Yahuwah, what forgiveness are you getting? What forgiveness are you giving? Excuse me. What are you giving to those who wronged you? I forgive you, but I forgive you, but I can't trust you like that no more. I forgive you, but I can't get down with you like that no more. Did I forgive him? Because what's the forgiveness that Yahuwah is going to give me? He said it's going to be forgotten. He's not going to hold it against me no more. So he's going to find me blameless. That's the whole point of us turning. Now, if he says to you, hey, I'm going to give you the same forgiveness that you're getting, where you going to be at? Where's that going to put you at? I was telling somebody else, I was telling somebody about that the other day. And you look, I think that's the 17th chapter of the book, Yahukanan, when he Palal. It might be the 17th or 14th. Man, it's slipping me right now. But nonetheless, he talked about how we ask for forgiveness of our transgressions as we forgive those who trespass against us. So that ask is going to be to the same degree. He's giving us a comparable. He's saying, just like this, do this. Just like I forgive this. Just like forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. So I need forgiveness. So I need to be given forgiveness. Right. And the forgiveness I need, if he hold everything against me that I've done, I assure you, I would not make it. Oh. And now, if I live my life to the fact of how am I going to be forgiven for the things I'm committed, I'm going to hold myself back from being able to walk in the good works that he's asked me to walk in. Because he gave me the path to life. All I have to do is turn. The thing is, we look at us, we look at how we lead the road that lead to salvation. What happens is, even if you look at the dumb, this is how it works. He gave him a path to leave on, but you won't believe what he did. He left the path. So now the only way that we can get back on the path is to turn right. It's that simple. Come on, Lee.
Because of his righteousness, which he has done, he shall live.
Because of his righteousness that he's done, he shall live. You want to take on life, all you got to do is do righteous works. Turn from your wrong and do right.
Do I actually desire the moot of the wicked, declares my Adon Yahuwah.
Do I really? The whole point of when we look, another thing that we read that Yahukanan chapter 3:16, they're called the book of St. John. He so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Because what did he tell you? Chanel, you're going to make me cry. Don't do it. Don't do it. Go ahead.
Do I actually desire the moot of the wicked?
Do I actually desire the moot of the wicked? Do I actually desire for man to die for the wickedness that they've done? Or what is it, Lee?
Declares my Adon Yahuwah.
Declares my master Yahuwah.
Is it not that he should turn from his ways and live?
That's the whole point of why we got the word. The word came to turn us from our wickedness. We've all done wickedness. We've done things that he listed in there. We've done things beyond the things that's listed, both in ignorance and both in us coming into the knowledge, and we still going wrong. But he's given us a chance to get right because he has, what is the value of me making man for man to die? You think he didn't want to make fuel for a fire? I made you so you could live. I made you because I had a desire for you. I desire something greater for you. If we become desirous of that greater thing, then we'll take on life. We keep letting our sins, our past sins and our current sins, our past desires hold us back from the very thing that came to give us life. I don't have to stay deserving of death when I can take on life. I can take on the information and live according to the information that I can take on life. That's the whole point of why the word came. Yeah. Come on.
But when a righteous turns away from his righteousness, does iniquity, and does according to all the abominations that a wicked does, shall he live?
Shall he live? If I turn from my righteousness, can I live? It's no way.
All his righteousness that he has done shall not be remembered for his treachery which he has done, and in his kata that he has done. For them he shall moot.
So the only way that I can take on death is if I have not turned back to the right. He gave us a principle. He gave us a pattern to follow. All you got to do is follow to the pattern. The thing is that if I can give you life by you turning from your wrong, then I got to be fine with the fact that if I turn from my right and I go wrong, it's only fair that I die for that. Now, it actually later on say, is there unrighteousness with Elohim? Is it? He's fair. So the thing is by a raise of our hands, even raise your hand at your home right now. How many of us know without a shadow of a doubt that if we do wrong, matter of fact, get me Tahalim, I think it's 9 and 8. How many of us know that when we do wrong, that's going to lead to death, and that we will be slain and thrown into the pits of Sheol for our Kataim? I know without a shadow of a doubt. I have no doubt in my mind that Yahuwah has a punishment. He has a place of torment for those who do wrong. Come on, Chris. Listen.
And he shall shaffer the alarm in Sadiq.
Mm-hmm.
He shall execute mashpah for the arm with iniquity.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to judge it with righteous judgment. Mm-hmm.
Yahuwah also shall be a stronghold for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And those who know your Shem shall put their trust in you.
Mm-hmm. So those that know his Shem, those that know the word, they're going to put their trust in him. Because I know he's going to judge Sadiq judgment. I know he's going to judge righteous judgment.
For you, O Yahuwah, have not forsaken those who seek you.
He hasn't forsaken those that seek him. And we really seek him, we'll show that in our works. Our works will make manifest and show us how much we're seeking him. If I'm seeking him, it wouldn't make sense for me to seek you. If he's over here, follow me back. I'm with you. If Yahuwah's over here, would it make sense for me to walk this way? No, because he's not there. I can't say I'm seeking you. Yahuwah, I'm seeking you. And he's back there saying, I'm over here. He like, I'm back here. I'm behind you, Austin. Yahuwah, I'm seeking you. No, I'm back there behind you, Austin. It doesn't make sense that I can say I'm seeking him here and the man is here. So it makes no sense for us to say that we're desiring a life and we're still doing things contradictory to the things that bring forth life. If Yahuwah's on the right side, I can't get him. You can't keep going left and get to right. It doesn't make sense. That's the whole point of us turning to hear the word. I think what I wanted was at verse 7, but nonetheless, we passed it now. But what it was he said the wicked going to be turned into Sheol, and all the nations that forget Elohim. When you go and you do wickedness, that's because I've forgotten you. I've forgotten the exhortation that spoke unto me. I've forgotten the call of my father. If Yahuwah is really your father, I assure you, I can close my eyes. If my dad calls my name, I'm going to know, hey, my dad calling me. You know why? Because I know the sound of my father, unless it's Dwayne. Because some people say he sound like Dwayne, but neither here nor there. But anyway, the thing is I know the sound of my father. When my father calls, the only way I wouldn't come when he's calling me is because I've forgotten two things. I've either forgotten his voice or I've forgotten what will happen if I don't come. And that's what we have to take into the mindset of with Yahuwah. We have to know that when the Father is calling for us, if we don't come, what'll happen? Now, just like we look at the book of Bereshit, when Yahuwah came, when Adam heard Elohim coming in the midst of the garden, he heard the sound of the Father. And what did he do? He hid. So what happened? He didn't hearken to the sound of the Father. That's why it led to death. It led to him being cast out of the garden. And that's why we're still dying today. Because we didn't hearken to the sound of the Father. Now, when we turn and we start to hearken to the Father, when we turn and we stop doing the wicked ways and we do those things which bring forth life, we can take on life. Because the Father's calling to give us an inheritance. He's calling to give us something good. But the thing is we have to take into the consideration of why is he calling? That's us taking it. That's us stopping and being able to differentiate between the sound. Just like when I talked the other day about the sound of the trumpet, we have to learn about what is the sound of this trumpet telling me. We had different things that we learned about when we hear the teruah. Even when we talk about not blowing a long blast, because that's an alarm. So there's a difference between it. It's a difference between what I should do when I hear certain things. So when I hear the word telling me that I'm wrong, what is it telling me? Is he telling me that I can't be saved? Is he telling me that I can't never be right? Or is he telling me this is where you're wrong and this is what I need you to do so I can get you right? Mm-hmm. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of the word. That Romans 15:4, that's how we're going to get our endurance. That's the hope that we all should have. That should be the hope. That should be the cord that's keeping us from falling away. Why are you falling away if I have a cord that can get me back? That's the whole point of what the word came to do, to get us back to the Father, so that we can become like him.
That's right.
That was the whole point. Go ahead and keep going, Big Lee.
Yet you say,
Yet you say,
the way of my done is not right.
Yet you'll say the way of my done is not right.
Hear now, O Beth of Yasharal,
Hear now, O Beth of Yasharal,
is my way not right?
is my way not right?
Is it not your ways that are not right?
Is it not your ways that are not right?
When a righteous turns away from his righteousness, does iniquity and dies in them, for his iniquity which he has done, he shall move.
So when a righteous man turns from doing the things that are right and he dies in wrong, he gonna do what?
For his iniquity which he has done,
For
he
the
shall
iniquity
move.
that he's committed, he should move. He should die. He's not gonna die for what Adam did, for what Adam and Kawah did in the garden of in Bereshit. They'll call it the book of Genesis. He's not gonna die for that, but he's gonna die because he had right and he turned from his right to do that which was wrong.
Right.
And instead of getting right, he died in wrong. So that's the whole point of why we're all still alive. This is an opportunity for us to turn because he still gave us breath, which means, just like I said in the song, if you still got breath, well, you got a chance. Yeah. That's the reality of the matter. If you got breath in your body, that's an opportunity and chance for you to turn before it's too late. Because once that breath is gone from your body, you can't. There's nothing else you can do.
Right.
Your time, your clock is over with. Everything that we're gonna do is like a sports game. Everything that you're gonna do is gonna have to be while that time is still going. And the sad part about it is we're so stuck in the game that we don't even take in the matter of consideration of time is winding down on you. Time is winding down on the whole alarm, the whole world, as well as your natural life. Your mortal body, you don't know if you're gonna make it to see the end of this day. Your end of days might come a whole lot sooner than the alarm. If the world goes on another 1,000 years and you die tomorrow, what good is it for you? You don't have to the end of the world. I got to the end of my heart beating. So when I'm hearing a word, that word should prick me and cause me to make a change. Because what would happen if I turn?
And when a wicked turns away from his wickedness,
When a wicked man turns away from his wickedness,
which he has done,
and
does justice and righteousness, he shall keep his nephash.
he shall keep his nephash. My natural body might have to take a slumber, but my soul can live forevermore. And that's something that we all have to take hope in and take confidence in. Comfort yourself one another with these words.
Yeah.
If I turn from my wickedness, I can take on life. Do you want life?
Yes, sir.
All you got to do is turn. How do you, Yahuwah? Let the word be a baraka to you and let it be an encouragement to you. And have it in your mind a readiness to turn from your wicked ways. Every time you hear the word, when the word comes in and it tells you what it is you need to change, if you desire in a life, you'll make that change. While you still got breath in your body, while you still got time on your clock, get it right. Ahabi. Praise Yahuwah.
You listening to Dr. Evie.